Welcome to Blogcast episode 2. On this episode, we're going to be taking a look, reviewing a blog I wrote back on November 12th, where I talk about monitoring asynchronous work with Google Sheets notification rules. So, in a nutshell, in this blog post, we talk about how for asynchronous work, tracking students' asynchronous work has been something that we've been doing a lot of since the beginning of distance learning. So one way you can do that is to put a lesson that you recorded, whether it's in Google Drive or YouTube, and put it on a Google form. And then put some checking for understanding questions on there on the form for kids to watch the video on the form, and then answer the questions there in the form. So what you can do to kind of monitor progress would be to when you open up the spreadsheet that's generated by the form, is to set up notification rules, which allows you to be notified every time a student submits the submits the form, so that they've turned it in that way. That's one use that you could use it for, definitely. And you can set up where you get emailed once a day with everyone who submitted that day, or every time a student submits it, you get an email. So it's up to you how often you would like to be notified of students submitting work on a Google form. So that's the gist of this blog post. So let's go ahead and demonstrate some of the things done that I talk about in the blog post. We'll start off here with a blank Google form. We'll make one here from scratch here, and we'll call this an Avengers quiz. There we go. And the first thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to actually add a video here. So I'm going to find a video of the Avengers. We're going to use that as a sample right here. Kind of pretend like this is our a lesson. So I'm going to go ahead and move this up here to the top here. I may put some instructions here that says watch this video and answer the questions. And the first question here may be who won fight and why. So I may make this a paragraph answer. I'm going to make it required. And maybe I'll throw in one other question just for argument's sake here. I'm going to say who was not present in this fight. Give them some options here. We have Thor, Hulk, Ant-Man. We'll use them as examples. And this is like kind of my mock form here. So students are going to watch this video and answer these simple questions right here. So we're going to go ahead and head over to the responses tab here in forms. I'm in the forms edit mode, and I'm going to click here to generate a spreadsheet where all the answers will be housed when students submit their work. So again, right here, I have a timestamp when it is filled in, and then what their answers are here. If I go back, I can also come up here to the settings. I can also set it to collect email addresses. So if you want to see the actual name of the students, that's totally up to you there. Go over here if I refresh this. You'll all see now I'll collect their email addresses there. So again, that's totally up to you if you want to collect their email addresses. You could put a question where you have them type their name in. So it's totally up to you on that matter here. All right, so now that I have my spreadsheet set up, I'm going to go here to Tools and go to Notification Rules. And I'm going to be notified at my email when a user submits a form. And I have two choices here. I can set, if I select Daily Digest, I'll get one email a day notifying me of all the students who submitted that day, or I can do right away, which will send me an alert every time a student turns it in. So totally up to you when you want to be notified of students completing this form. I'm going to do the email right away for argument's sake here. Click Save. And you can actually set multiple rules. If you want to also have a daily digest as well, you can set that up as well, and you can have two rules. So you'll get one with everybody that day, and then you'll get an email every time someone does it. So it's totally up to you how often you want to be notified of the completion of this form. So let's go ahead and test this out. We're going to click the preview button right here, and this is the way it would look like for the students. So for the students here, I'm going to go ahead and answer this question here. I would say Thor won the fight because he put his hammer on Hulk, who was not able to get up. Right there. There we go. Who is not present in the fight? It would be Ant-Man. Then I'm going to go ahead and click Submit. and that's now being recorded in the spreadsheet. Now we're going to go over to my email right here, and it's been less than a minute. If I check my email here, right here, it says updates Google Docs. This means right here that I've been emailed and alerted that somebody has turned in this turned in my form. So if I click right here, it'll take me right back to that spreadsheet, and then I'll see what their answers are and the email address of the student who submitted that the form at that time. So this can be very useful when you're trying to monitor maybe the study habits of students when they work asynchronously, knowing when they're doing their work, and just keeping a track on how many kids are turning stuff in this way. And again, this can also be done through Google Classroom, but just another way to another option, another tool you have there to monitor students when they're working asynchronously. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me through Google Hangouts and or email.